Did you ever dream to be that girl who wakes up at 5 a.m., who has her whole life scheduled and every task figured out by like 8 a.m.? Because I did. And that's why I read the 5 a.m. Morning Club, and now I want to share my top 10 lessons that I learned from this book. So, hello there and welcome back to None of the Above. Let's start. Okay, so for starters, I haven't fully implemented it yet, but what I've learned has been super inspiring. So I've broke it down into 10 lessons. These are not like main points of the book. Some of them are, but these are top 10 lessons spoke out to me. And I think that these are some things that are very important to learn from this book. It's not written in a very easy language. It's not very instructional. It's more of a self-help book mixed with fiction a bit, but it's just a bit more complicated to take out the information that is really important from it, in my opinion. So I think that some lessons might go past you and you won't even notice them while reading it, or if you just don't want to spend your time reading the whole book but just want to know the most important things, you're in the right place. Okay, so lesson 1 is own your morning, elevate your life. This is one of the core ideas of the 5 a.m. Morning Club. Robin Sharma argues that the way you start your day shapes how the rest of it goes. And I couldn't agree more. The truth is that most of our mornings are usually a mess of us rushing around, getting ready, hurrying up, stressing out, or at least my mornings usually look like this when I need to go to the office. When I'm at home, it looks a bit different, but it doesn't matter. So if you own the first hour of your day, starting with intention, focus, and purpose, it sets you up for success for the rest of the day. Imagine having 1 hour every morning additionally before all the rush and all the other things will kick off, just for yourself, just to get your head centered, just to get your plans, to write down all your tasks, to exercise, to be like, okay, I already tackled the hardest tasks of this day. I already exercised, I have everything written out, I have everything planned, I'm already ready for my day. I think this is just something so powerful in that is the real value of waking up early. I remember when during my 75 hard challenge, I was waking up earlier on days off. Like Saturday morning, I've never felt so satisfied waking up at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. I know it's not waking up early, I'm going there, just stay with me. So for me, 9 a.m. on Saturday was very, very early. So I woke up, my fiance was still sleeping, and I was like, okay, what should I do? So I exercised, I read a book. I was so at peace with myself and the world. The streets were empty. I remember I mentioned it a few times. It was like one video of 1 week, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so peaceful here. It's so nice here on the balcony. Like the birds are flying, the streets are quiet, there are no cars, no people. And it was just so beautiful, to be in that moment and to know that I have my tasks already handled, most of them, except like for food and water intake. So that was beautiful, and I really loved that structure in my life. I love to have first hour of my day to tackle all of my most important things for me, which is my health, setting intention, staying grateful, writing gratitude journal. And I really miss that because right now after the 75 hard, I wasn't so perfect with it, but that's why I am trying to get into the 5 a.m. morning club schedule type of thing. So yeah, stay with me to follow me on my chaotic journey, but whatever. So this is lesson 1. Okay, lesson 2. And this one hit me hard when I first read it. It's a phrase from the book. Dreams and desires are just wishbones. Rising before daybreak is your backbone to get them done. So when I first read it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. We wish for so many things, we have so many dreams, but for us to be able to read them, we need more time, because we have so many things that surround us, so many things we cannot control in our lives, so many things that we cannot tackle in a way. I mean, we cannot say no to our job, like to our daily responsibilities. We cannot say no to us getting some food every day. We need to have time for that in every day, and that takes a lot already. So I think that it basically said that we all have dreams, but unless we make time to work on them, they're just dreams. And waking up at 5 a.m. gives you that quiet, peaceful time to concentrate on yourself, to have this distraction-free aura around you, for you to actually move towards them. Okay, lesson 3. And this one is one of the most practical takeaways from the book. It's a 20-20-20 rule. So your first hour, that Robin Sharma calls a victory hour in the book, is divided into 3 20-minute slots. The first 20 minutes is for movement. Exercise is a key here. So we know that exercising is crucial for us to feel good, but it's also very good for stress relief. So when we kick off our day with exercising, that actually boosts our energy and releases endorphins that make us feel good. And also at the same time, it helps us wake up immediately. When you wake up out of your bed and you have everything prepared in the other room for you to exercise, and you wake up your ass and actually exercise, you would not go back to bed then after that. So that's a good start. The next 20-minute section is reflection. And here the book mentions journaling, gratitude journaling, meditation, just sitting in silence, listening to your own thoughts. So this time helps us get more mentally and emotionally ready for the day. The last 20 minutes are for growth. And I love this concept because I really love learning something new every day, and I feel like I am actually obsessed with learning, especially something about self-development and spirituality. So in that time you could read, listen to a podcast, or watch something educational, maybe some documentary, to keep your mind developing and growing every day. And I actually love this formula so much because I think it just, you're taking care of your mind, body, and soul in this first hour of the day. So you just nurture yourself in all areas that you basically need to start your day perfectly. You set intention for the day, that it will be a great day, that you already did so many tasks before everyone else is even awake. So you feel like you're successful. And I know I haven't done this a lot of times, but already those few days I was feeling like a champion. My days were filled with productivity. I was so happy with myself just because I knew that in the first hour of the day I had everything, the most important things handled already. Okay, lesson 4, and here's again a quote from the book that really stuck with me. As we create each day, so we create our life. And this is called day stacking foundation in a book, and it's basically that idea that your days are the building blocks of your life, and how you spend each one determines the kind of life you'll end up with. And that hit me so hard because it's so easy to overlook the importance of one day. Usually you're like, wake up and you're already angry, you're not in the mood, and you're like, oh my gosh, I hope today will end much faster. Like, I hope today will end fast, and I just want to get it over with, Like, I have such days, and I don't know, like, when I read that in a book, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm wasting my time. I'm really wasting my time, because it's true. Our life is built from these days that we need to put our power and energy and intention into building them, each and every one of them. So if you can approach your day with intention, the best would be from the very morning, because when things already went wrong, or you already thought to yourself like, oh, I don't like this color of the blouse, but I don't have another one to wear today, so my day will be horrible. Because we do this people do that to themselves, basically. And when you can choose the good intention for yourself, and whether it's through your morning routine or just the small things, small steps you take toward your goals every day, you're constantly moving forward to the bigger picture of your life consisting from good days. So put your work in that. Put your intention in every day. Lesson 5 are the 4 interior empires: mindset, Heartset, Healthset, and Soulset. And I think that this really surprised me, to be honest, because when Robin Sharma was writing this book, I don't think these concepts were as popular at that time. Now they are getting a bit more mainstream, but still not enough people know about this, and that's why I'm here. So yeah, he talks about 4 key interior empires that go beyond just your mindset. So first one is mindset. So mindset is how you think. It's your beliefs, your approach to challenges, problems, life in general, and just your overall attitude. The next one is Heartset, and of course it's your emotional health. What he mentioned in a book a lot is that you need to take care of your emotions and to deal with them as they come, because if you gather any negative emotions, that could stop you from developing and working through your past traumas and problems needs to be done. And a lot of people in the internet now refer to it as shadow work. So that just means work out your problems, work out your emotional traumas that you've had for you to grow. Healthset is your physical well-being, obviously, and you cannot perform at your best when you feel tired, when you don't feel healthy, when your body is weak. So you need to find time in every day to take care of your body. And finally, Soulset is your connection to something bigger than yourself, whether it would be through spirituality, nature, or just finding moments of peace in every day. When you focus on developing all 4 sets, you create a more balanced and fulfilled life. And that's what I'm here for. Lesson 6. Joy as your GPS. Another lesson from the book is something I really resonate with, and this is the idea of joy being kind of a GPS in your life. Instead of grinding and pushing hard, and I'm not telling about not working here on your goals and yourself. I'm telling about your mentality of feeling like everything you do is so hard and you are so tired of it and you are so unmotivated because your life is hard and work is hard and you need to really grind for you to be successful and happy and everything else. So joy as a GPS is basically about finding good things in your life already, because you live a good life. And I know this, no matter what your circumstances are, you can find something good in every day and be grateful for it. And this is what I think was mentioned there. So when you follow what lights you up, first you need to notice it. Second thing would be to follow what lights you up. And third thing, to be very, very grateful that it lights you up and makes you happy, makes you joyful. And when you notice these things, they give you so much energy and so much motivation that you're just more curious to your life then. You're just being like, okay, I am so happy today. I am spending time with my favorite person in the whole world. I am living in the apartment which is decorated just how I dreamt about when I was a child. Everything is so perfect and I make it so. And when you notice that, you're like, okay, what can I do tomorrow? So if my life looks so good right now, how can I change it even for better tomorrow? How can I reach my goals faster? What should I do? Let's make a plan. Let's work on it. Let's work. And I think this is just so amazing because it motivates me so much. Finding these things I'm grateful for, writing that down, expanding on why it makes me happy. And this wasn't as much mentioned in the book, but I just wanted to add it. And this is how I look at this practice that was mentioned there. So yeah, okay, lesson 7, my most favorite one and at the same time my least favorite one, the power of consistency. It's very easy to think, oh, I'll wake up tomorrow, I'll start next week, I'll start from Monday, I will be doing this and that, and it's just not happening. And that's sad. But the real magic happens when you really wake up, when you really start next Monday, when you really do what you promised yourself you will do. And you do this every day for the next month. And then the real magic happens. When you are being consistent. When we finally keep our promises to ourselves, it all just clicks. And you do not feel tired or fatigued. You just feel so in the flow with everything that you're like, okay, I just want to do this again and again and again. And it just everything just clicks. I know I said that already, sorry. So the goal is to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, not just once, not twice a week, but every day. And I know it sounds a bit scary. It scares me too. And this is my least favorite part about this, that it's really hard to implement. Being consistent is really hard and you need a lot of work and energy. And this is something I am fighting with right now. And I think a lot of us fight with it. Just look at your mornings and think to yourself, how much you wish you would have that 1 extra hour additionally for you to handle all of your tasks in the morning while you're fresh, while you have your energy, while you at your peak of your mental capacity. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you rob yourself of that time that you could have spent on something you love, on something you want to grow in, on something you want to develop in, that will build your life and will make it better and better with every day you're waking up earlier? That's crazy. So consistency builds momentum, and research shows that after about 66 days of doing something regularly, it becomes automatic. So the more you stick with it, the easier it gets, and that's what we strive for. Lesson 8. Protect your focus. One big takeaway from the book is that in the morning, when there are no physical distractions, we are most productive, we are the most fresh, our mental capacity is the biggest, we are on a high after exercising. I really like the concept of an interrupted bubble, and that bubble is your focus area. You do not take inside to your bubble anything that will be distracting for you, any people that are distracting for you. Anything that is bad for you stays outside the bubble. So this bubble concept, although it's just imaginative, I think it helped me a lot with staying focused throughout the day and to create time for deep work. I would be just like, okay, I'm turning on my Pomodoro timer and I'm in my bubble and I do not let anyone or anything else inside my bubble. And this is the part where I think I need to mention that to be successful, to be concentrated on yourself, you need to be delusional enough to be able to create all that stuff in your head. You need to be able to imagine that bubble around you. Imagine it. You need to see it. You don't roll your eyes on me. It's not me who created that stuff. I'm just telling you how that stuff works. So, it's not my fault, girl. So, I'm really bad at this. I need to acknowledge. I need to tell you that. I'm really bad at imagining stuff. So, for me, for my anxious little mind, meditations, imagining stuff, also visualizing is very hard. But I know that it works. Because when I was younger, I dreamt of this ring. I would imagine myself showing it to people, to my parents, I was dreaming about it so much. I would lay in bed before I would fall asleep and I would be like, oh my gosh, one day my future husband will give me this ring and I will be so happy and I will be so nice. And I'm not telling that I didn't ever show my fiancé that ring, but he bought it for me. He remembered and he knew that I wanted that exact ring. And I'm not telling that it just came in by imagining, but I'm just telling that if you can put your mind to it, you can have it. And this is what you should do here. And you need to believe that it works, and it will. Okay, lesson 9 is sleep factor. So it's easy to think that waking up at 5 a.m. means sacrificing sleep, but that's exactly the opposite. So Robin Sharma emphasizes the importance of getting 7-8 hours of sleep. For some people, I know that it's even more, especially for women. We need way more sleep, girl. Don't fight yourself on that. We need it. It's just science. So if you're waking up early, what you need is to get to bed earlier. And that's what a lot of videos on YouTube do not say. Like, I've heard so many times, like, oh, my perfect morning routine. Oh, a morning routine of a girl who wakes up at 5 a.m. And she'll be like, okay, so I wake up at 5, I do this and that. And I'm like, okay, great. How do you do that? Like, how do you do that? How do you get in bed in time for you to have enough sleep, for you to feel well, for you to have power to move your body in the morning? You know what I mean? So for me, the problem is the evening. And that's exactly what was mentioned in the book. So sleep is essential for your cognitive function, mood, and overall health. So part of joining a 5 a.m. morning club is building a solid evening routine, turning off screens, winding down, and getting ready for bed at a decent hour. And this is something I'm still working on, and that's why I am still not in the 5 a.m. morning club. I really crave to do this so much, and I think I will make a vlog about me preparing for this. But yeah, so basically the problem is getting in bed, staying in bed without phone, and doing something calming, doing something that will help me fall asleep. So this is something I'm working on. Okay. Lesson 10. You do not need to completely overhaul your life overnight. Start small. Wake up just 15 minutes earlier each day. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier each day. Change your evening routine. Just one thing a day, every day, until you will work out that perfect evening routine, morning routine, your daily routines, weekly routines. Just change one thing and you will see that when you use the day stack concept, it will create a completely different life for you. The life that you will build for yourself by implementing these changes. And celebrate small victories. It's so important to appreciate yourself for your hard work and see yourself for the beautiful soul and person that you are. The book reminds us that big transformations are really a series of small transformations that we just see after some longer periods of times. And that's something we can all start working on. Even though waking up at 5 a.m. might seem like a stretch right now, maybe in some month or a few months will no longer be so weird and surprising for you. Maybe it will be your new normal. Let's see. So those are my top 10 lessons from the 5 a.m. Morning Club book. I haven't fully committed to this routine yet, but I'm definitely moving in that direction. I am definitely working towards it. Please remember, the goal isn't perfection, the goal is progress. So let's do small steps every day and we'll just see where it leads us. If any of you tried waking up at 5 a.m. or are thinking about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Please leave a comment and just mention how it goes for you or what stands in a way of you waking up at 5 a.m. Thank you so much for tuning in to None of the Above. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, a comment, or leave a review if you're listening to this on Spotify. That would really help me out. About 87% of you are not subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe. Let's build together the community where we are safe to share our thoughts and ideas and self-development tips and tricks for each other, for us to grow and develop faster. Thank you so much again, and remember, let's work towards it to become the best versions of ourselves. Love you. Bye.